Hi guys, I'm Gasha. Welcome to the channel and welcome as always to our coffee times to discuss movies and horror. And today I'm here to talk to you about a movie that I was kind of excited about, and that is Five Nights at Freddy's.
It's coffee time!
So I was excited because obviously I think everybody has at some point heard of the game, watched the game, played it, read any of the books published, and I've always loved the animatronics thing of it all. And I was excited about this film, so today I'm here to let you guys know what I thought of it. I got to watch it on a special event on the 27th of October. They did like a whole event with a quiz about horror movies and it was a lot of fun. And then the movie came and let's discuss it, shall we? So as we all know, Five Nights at Freddy's is a new horror movie that was released that had been on the making for a very long time, and it was adapting the video games of the same name. And the video games have always been really popular, so I know a lot of people have been expecting it, and the creator of the games was also involved in the film. And based on the trailer, I was excited to see what they had done with the animatronics because the trailer didn't show way too much of what you could really expect, so I was still kind of intrigued. The film stars Josh Hutcherson as a troubled security guard who accepts a nighttime job at an abandoned family entertainment center. While spending his first night on the job, he realizes the late shift at Freddy's won't be as easy to make it through. He discovers the four animatronic mascots are alive and would kill anyone that is still there after midnight. Freddy's Fazbear Pizzas is a place that got shut down after in the 1980s some kids went missing. Now, security guard Mike has no other choice but to take this job, this night shift, working there, just making sure that people don't crash into the place, that people don't break into it. Mike would rather not do this job, to be honest, but he has no choice. He needs the money, he's taking care of his sister Abby, and he needs to have a stable job. There is a lot in the first half of the movie that is trying to make you truly care about Mike and Abby and their relationship as brother and sister. You can see that they have been through really rough times, through struggles, and they are both now paying the consequences of that. However, I have to say, I thought their relationship was a little bit awkward. It just didn't feel genuine to me. There was something missing there, something that just didn't help me relate to them, and I didn't really care as much as I probably should have for these characters. And I think that whole first half of the movie was already dragging a little bit for me because what we all wanted to see was Freddy and the animatronics and get to the good parts, at least taste a little bit of that at the beginning, and it takes quite a while until we get there. I think they were trying to build up so much character depth and for the viewer to care about the characters, especially about Mike and his struggles, but we're forgetting that this is supposed to be a fun, scary movie based on a creepy abandoned place with these animatronics, and you don't get as much as that as I expected. My biggest issue with this movie was the pacing. The pacing was really off for me. It was just really weird. And also there is some humor in the film and I feel like a lot of jokes did land, but I was expecting a bit more of a comedic relief in this film than the amount of jokes that we got. Five Nights at Freddy's is 1 hour and 55 minutes, and while this is not the longest movie that is running in the theaters or the longest horror movie that came out this year, for this type of film, I think it did not help it to be this long. It did drag. In my opinion, I think it would have been better just as a 90-minute film and with a much better pacing. That would have helped a lot. The best parts of Five Nights at Freddy's are the attention that they pay to detail, all of the hints that were suppressed memories and dark secrets that we get to see through Mike's dream, and the blinking light bulbs that line the entrance to Freddy's Fazbear's. But it almost feels like they have dialed down all the personality and the darkness that the games had and have tried to give something a little bit fluffier almost. I understand that this is a PG-13 movie, and the reason for that was that the majority of the people that have played the games, you know, is younger audiences, so they wanted to make sure that they got to see the movie. But there's a lot of, you know, ways that you can do a really dark, really gruesome PG-13 movie. A film version of the games had been, I think, in planning since 2015, and it has taken them so long to release the film that we got other movies like Willy's Wonderland that had the same concept and worked much better. Willy's Wonderland has a fantastic pacing, it has great kills, it is funny, and Nicolas Cage doesn't even say a freaking word in the whole movie, and you're still so engaged with his character. So they accomplished something that, in my opinion, this movie has not been able to do. Now, this movie does have some kills. Obviously, there is a little bit of blood, a little bit of violence, but it's not as strong as it could have been, even for a PG-13. And for me, it was a pity that a lot of the violence was hinted, like it was going to happen, and then the camera cuts, so a lot of the deaths happen off camera. There is specifically a type of kill that happens at the very beginning that involves a machine, and they are teasing you and teasing you and teasing you just not to show you how the person actually dies, and that was just really frustrating to me as a viewer. Again, I understand this is a PG-13 movie, but stop teasing us with things and then just cutting off camera. Like, find ways to give us horror that fits that PG-13 rating and make it like on camera. And the film also rarely uses shadows and like all of those like subtle moments to earn the scares. Most of the movies, like scariest moments, if you may say, are loud bangs, so it's basically all jump scares. And even though that might work for some people and some people might enjoy to just get triggered by those jump scares, that's for me not true horror. Like, this movie was lacking a lot of horror, a lot of scares. It would have been easy to make. You're in an abandoned place where horrible things have happened. You have these animatronics that have such a dark past backstory. You have shadows and everything is during the night shift. There's so many elements to play with here, and I feel like they just weren't utilized. That creepy atmosphere from the games is not here. And I know there's many Easter eggs and things hinting to the games that a lot of players will like to see, but for me, it was just not fulfilling enough to enjoy the film. This movie really dragged for me. Like, towards the end, I just wanted to go home. I don't want to be too harsh. I think it's a good movie for a one-time watch, especially if you're familiar with the games. I think if you've never seen the games, then you're gonna be even more disappointed by the film because you're not gonna understand any of the Easter eggs and you're not gonna have any like knowledge of anything at all, and the pacing is gonna make it all the more confusing for you. But it just dragged so much that I was bored. I was done with the movie, and that was really sad for me because I was truly hoping to enjoy this one as much as I did Willy's Wonderland. And I hate to compare them, but I kind of have to because they have the same kind of storyline in a way. And the other one was just much better, so it was sad. It was sad for me. Not to mention the fact that it was super predictable. There were things that were coming that I saw like miles away. I saw the twist coming like miles away, like 3 days ago. And again, such a pity. Such a pity. So in the end, I only gave this movie a 2 out of 5. It did have good moments or good elements here and there, but I felt like they did not do a good job at pleasing the people that love the games, because the atmosphere and the horror was so dialed down. And also people that have not seen the games or played them or whatever, they didn't get much of an explanation about things. I mean, not enough to be really invested and really caring about that world. And I don't know, they could have done things much better. So unfortunately, I would not recommend you guys to watch this. I mean, if you're interested, if you love the games, if you want to see what they did with the story, go ahead. I mean, it's not like the worst movie I've ever seen or anything like that, but I was just truly disappointed. Like, it hurt me, it hurt my feelings, that I just didn't enjoy it and that it was boring for me. So, but some other people might love it. So, you know, it's at the end of the day, it's basically my own subjective opinion of the film. So feel free to give it a watch if you haven't, and then let me know if you loved it or not. And if you guys have already watched it, let me know in the comments as well down below what you thought of it. If you loved it or if you were disappointed as I was, let's talk about it in the comments down below. Thank you guys as always so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in our next coffee time. Bye!